now. Today is World Mental Health Day, and Prince Harry and singer Ed Sheeran are bringing attention to the issue. They teamed up to do this Instagram video that Ed Sheeran shared.
Do you mind if I bring the camera? Cool.
Guys, this World Mental Health Day, reach out, make sure that your friends, strangers, look out for anybody that might be suffering in silence. We're all in this together, all right?
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Ed Sheeran's post also included accounts that people can check out to find resources and get help if they need it. They had a little fun with the video as well. Ed Sheeran said, "Gingers unite," since they're
I know. I just made the comment. They could
together.
Almost be brothers. They kind of look alike, and
it's wonderful. You know, I just checked his Instagram account. It's been viewed more than 1.6 million times. For them to use their, their platform and their audience to be able to spread this important message on World Mental Health Day, it's just great to see.
Right. I'm so glad they're doing that, and I think Prince Harry is an advocate a lot of this, and Ed Sheeran maybe too. So them coming together, like you said, they both have a huge platform, so there are millions of people who are seeing that, and you never know, it just could be what somebody needs.
Right.
Could help them out. Okay, students who take the ACT college entrance exam are soon going to have a way to boost their score. Starting in the fall of 2020, students will be able to retake just a subject of the test instead of having to retake the entire thing. The change is getting a thumbs up from many students and parents. Critics do worry that this could give those who can afford to retake certain sections an advantage over those who cannot. The price for a section retest has not been set yet, but the folks at ACT say it will be cheaper than retaking the whole test. So just how much could a retake boost your score? ACT research from 2016 showed people who took the test again scored an average of nearly 3 points higher than those who did not. There are a couple other changes as well. Students will be able to take the ACT online at some test centers now and get their score in just 2 days. Oh, then you don't have to worry about it for those weeks when you're waiting to get that score back. There will also be a super score for students who have taken the exam more than once. It gives colleges the option to use the students' best scores from all the tests they have taken.
I think this is long overdue. I remember taking, way back when, the ACT and the SAT. And in my case, before I was a journalism major, I was a math major. I did really well at math. I did great on the math section, but ironically, since I'm a broadcaster now in this field, I didn't do as well on English. And if I had been able to take just that section over, because my math score was really good.
Because I was more of a math person too.
See
how we wound up here? I don't know.
I was. My freshman year, I was a math major, and then I thought, I just really always knew I wanted to do journalism. But this is actually I think this is a good thing, because there are, just taking the test is so stressful, and this way, if you only have to retake one section to improve your score, I think there's a benefit to that as well.
And do it, because like that research showed, that retaking it can make it can make your score go up pretty significantly.
It's a good change.
Big deal.
Well, we interrupt this broadcast to bring you footage of an actual interruption on MSNBC. Take a look at this. Yesterday, NBC correspondent Courtney Kube was reporting live from NBC's Washington bureau when suddenly, you see him down there in the corner, her 4-year-old son wandered onto the set. She said, "Excuse me, my kids are here," as she smiled, pushed him away, tried to ignore the interruption. So they quickly took the graphic to cover this up. And she covers national security and was reporting on the Turkish airstrikes in northern Syria. And then the screen quickly cut to a map of the region, and she was able to pull it together and finish her report. She later explained her twin boys were at work with her because, in her words, breaking news in Syria did not line up with preschool drop-off. He's just having a good time. He's like, "Come on, Mom, how's it going?"
And she's like, "Oh, why can't it just be maybe a little more lighthearted story where it might be like, oh, this is cute, this is fun, come on into the screen." But no, she kind of had to get him out of there. But that's, it's funny. I've got little ones, and it's like I want to bring them to the station more. And everyone does bring their kids sometimes. Of course, you bring your kids to work. I have that fear, though. My 2-year-old son, he's too young to just kind of hang out while I'm doing the news.
Especially in the studio.
I mean, he would run in here screaming. It would be so But that's what happens, Schedules don't line up, and you got to do what you got to do.
Maybe someday we'll have you bring them to It's On. This might be the kind of show where we can handle the chaos.
We could. He might have something to contribute. You never know.
Well, Mindy Kaling has accused the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences of singling her out. The actress told Elle magazine she almost missed out on being nominated about a decade ago for an Emmy for her work on The Office after the Academy tried to cut her from the list of the show's producers. In addition to being one of the stars of the hit NBC series, Kaling was also one of the writers and a co-producer. She said she was also the only woman of color among the producers listed in Emmy contention. She says the Academy told her there were too many producers listed when the show was nominated for an Outstanding Comedy Series category. An Academy spokesperson denied that, saying no one person was singled out, but Kaling then fired back, saying there were other producers who were not cut. In her words, just me, the most junior person and woman of color. Easiest to dismiss, just saying. So, for her to take on, though, an Academy that, hands out the awards and to call them out after this time, I mean, it's, kudos to her for standing up to them, because, that's something that might have fallout from it. So
I know. So yeah, it took some bravery, and it, don't know the whole story. It sounds like she's got a point. So
yeah, and all of the producers rallied behind her and said, absolutely, this story is true and it was wrong, and they called it out. So
good for her.
Yep.
All right. So if your secret recipe for grandma's pumpkin pie has been passed down for generations, but it really comes from the side of a can, prepare to be outed this year. That's because Libby's is changing its tried and true recipe. The canned pumpkin maker's new recipe calls for pretty much the same ingredients, but it's got a few extra cloves, a little bit less sugar, and something new, condensed milk. So that it probably explains the reduced sugar. Condensed milk is loaded with it. Regardless, the new recipe produces a pie that is creamier and spicier than the company's 75-year-old standby.
I'm a little torn about this because I'm one of those people. This is the recipe that I have used for pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving. So this new recipe better deliver. I'm not sure about the
I know,
spicier
changing
part
something
of it
after
too.
75
I
years.
know, it's such a good recipe.
I know, but yeah, they are. I guess it's just,
if anyone has the recipe from last year, please put it on the It's On Facebook page, because I may not want to try this.
People might want to try this now. I know. You might just want to stick with what you know works.
Yes.